So there's a few things to understand about the Kimura. That if I'm half guard or guard, for a Kimura to work, he needs my joints in the right alignment. He needs everything backwards. You need my elbow behind my shoulder, I need my wrist behind my elbow. If I bring my wrist in front of my elbow might still be there. You sort of got a chance to rotate that. But if I keep everything in that order, so wrist, elbow, shoulder, you won't take a Kimura off me even if you were friggin' the Hulk. So you can grab my wrist, and as soon as they do, I sink the other joints behind. So now if he really goes for this Kimura, the best he's gonna get is a straight arm flying out here in the wind something. Yeah? How many of you gone for the Kimura and you end up with the arm, straight arm out here? If I'm, get on top of me for a second. So if I've got half guard, and the only time I would go for a Kimura is if I saw it stacked. So the shoulder and the elbow are above, they're all above each other. Because now it's just that is going to put you in a compromised spot. You understand? If I just hold this here or this here and push everything back, you're already compromised. Does that make sense? So that's the one thing That's the one thing I make sure I never present to my opponent is a stacked arm. Because if he gets a stacked arm and he wraps it up, you're in trouble. If he's stronger than me, he's not even stronger than me, he just falls so that your shoulder comes here. Don't go back, slide everything like that. So you fall like that. Do that again? Yeah, I'm done, I'm already done. You're gonna rip my arm off. I'm fighting here from an already really compromised spot. Do it again. Now I'm gonna put him in the right order. See what happened? Come on, lock off your hands properly.
Bye.
And that's what I did. So if I'm gonna bait that Kimura, I use it for a back take. Because if I'm half guard here, as long as this is not stacked up, one above the other, where he slaps my wrist and everything ends up in that spot, if I see him touch my wrist, as soon as he touches, I sink my shoulder and elbow back. So I might even give you the elbow, so you feel good about it. There you go. Easiest pass on earth. And that's again him going for it out of position. And it's okay to go for the Kimura from here, but if you know what you're doing. So if I have him in half guard and he puts this down, if I'm going to go for the Kimura, I'm going to think about finding a way to bring this forward first. Because now I see how everything's in the correct order, now I can compromise his joints. You understand what I was talking about sinking that back so it's all there? If you feel this, you let that go there. Look now, no way, even if I grab. Now if I pick your hand up, I'm really strong, you punch it out that way. Yeah. And now block this leg, the other hand, and step over, take my back. Look at that. No. And I'm still holding the Kimura. So that's how if I'm gonna bait for the Kimura, I bait with my joints this way. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, when you start doing this, just know you're walking a really fine line. Because people that are good on the shoulder joints, shoulder locks, their eyes light up when they see it in line. Because all I gotta do now is that, when it goes behind you, yeah? So if I'm in here, and I get to the side and I see this guy touch my wrist, here, he's thinking, I sink everything back. So when you come over the top, you're not gonna get the joints and the sequence you need. You see how strong that feels? This is just this is my skeleton. I'm not really resisting you with muscle. Just pushing my hand to the floor. Now if I do this is all muscle here. You can feel the difference right away. And you're gonna win when you feel all muscle. Like you got 2-on-1. If you know what you're doing, you can win that fight. If you feel the bone fight, do you guys want to feel this quickly?
That's right.
To understand?
I was just curious because anchor hand,
Yeah.
I might need to remind it.
I like, because anchor hand here, I don't want him fighting on this angle out, because if he does fight there, I rest my weight back here. I rather, when he's fighting the anchor hand, I want my anchor hand, the one he's holding, floating, so I can move it. Because I generally work off his grip, and when he get a good grip. So he's got a grip. So now if I reach for his head, he's gonna press, and then I can use that to swing back.
So your preference, There's always a lift through here.
Yeah.
Yep.
When they use the shield. Yeah.
When they use the shield.
They all use the shield.
But before then, like, because my habit is always
Yes,
down the inside.
because now if you go there, do the same thing with your leg, walk the leg out. Now just come forward with your hips, like hips in. And you're gonna now from there he'll either use his hand, come back, because now he'll use his hands. You've already been split open there. Your gut's fucked. So aren't you going to use your hands to stop him somehow? Wouldn't you? You try. Stop him. So now you've got your stolen anchor there. So I always wait for him. If he doesn't, don't reach him for him, because you'll. And if I put my hand down, I generally don't want to be floating over here, because then that can get compromised.
Let the guy put you through the gut.
Yes.
Yep.
So if I put my hand, if I'm going to put my left hand down, I'm going to put it down deliberately with the weight on that side. So now I can put it down here. If he starts if you post it here, right there in front of his legs, so shut that down. If you see him touch now you sink all this back. Don't even move him. Just sink back to here. Let him hold the wrist. So when he sits up for the Kimura, he finds a straight arm and you just pass to the top. Yeah. But just don't bring your arm up quickly. So you want to feel like, you want to see this. So when he grabs from my wrist, I'm here. I'll even open up the path to the elbow so you can grab it, but my weight's back. So pull the Kimura out. There's no weight. You see that? And if I bring my weight forward, so my shoulder's close to my hand, that can go behind my back. You all understand this.
So keep it back until I pass.
Yeah. When you see the Kimura here,